Okay, you probably still remember this shocking thing Will Smith did at the Oscar Awards, the 94th one in 2022. A slap that made the number of people watching the Oscars go up by 56%. But the news and the audience didn't care about who was nominated or who might win. A slap that made Will Smith more famous on the internet, but not because of his acting or the stories or the good movies he was in. It was because of the jokes people made about the event. But that's not the only reason why Will Smith's career has gone downhill. What happened to Will Smith? Will Smith used to be one of the most successful and loved actors in Hollywood. People started noticing his acting when he was in a TV show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on NBC. That show made him very famous. The show only had 6 seasons and was shown on many other TV channels. Because the show was successful, Will realized he loved acting. He set a goal for himself to become the biggest movie star ever. He started showing off his acting skills in movies, starting with his famous role as Captain Stephen Hiller in Independence Day. Then he played Agent J in Men in Black. Will has also given us a long list of great movies. Over the years, he had 8 movies in a row that made over $100 million at the box office. So it's not an exaggeration to say that whenever Will Smith's name was on the list of actors, people could be sure the movie was good. But his success in movies wasn't the only amazing thing about him. Will Smith also had a family that seemed perfect. In 1997, Smith married his wife, Jada Pinkett. After dating for 2 years, Jada was also a successful actress, and they quickly became a famous power couple. In 1998, they had their first child, Jaden, and then their daughter Willow in 2000. Both of them started acting when they were very young, and they acted with Will Smith in some of his famous movies. Having artistic talent like their parents, both of them went into music, and from there, they had a certain amount of success. Even though the fact that the whole family was in show business meant that Will Smith's private life always got a lot of attention, and behind the appearance of a happy family, there were problems hidden inside, turning Smith from a talented actor into a man who was seen as having a bad temper. As we can see today, going back to the 2000s, the golden age of Smith's acting career. He was the main actor in Men in Black 2 in 2002, Bad Boys 2 in 2003, I, Robot, and Shall We Dance in 2004, and Hitch in 2005, The Pursuit of Happiness in 2006, I Am Legend in 2007, and Hancock in 2008. The total amount of money earned for these movies was up to $3.3 billion. During these years, he was also nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor for his roles in the movies Ollie and The Pursuit of Happiness. Along with that, he got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Will Smith also continued his music career by releasing 2 very successful albums, Millennium and Born to Reign, on the Billboard charts. With these successes, he was enjoying the kind of success all actors and artists dream of. He was known by fans, the highest paid star in Hollywood. However, after releasing the movie 7 Pounds in 2008, Will Smith made a decision that few people would dare to make. At that time, he stopped acting for a while. He realized that he was addicted to material success, so he chose to spend time with his family. He started planning a surprise 40th birthday party for Jada, even though her birthday was 3 years away. Smith made a movie documenting her family's history, and he also planned a weekend with fancy events, and he arranged for Mary J. Blige to perform for Jada. Will Smith believed that it would help her get through the midlife crisis that she was going through at the time. Ironically, when they got back to the hotel, Jada told Will Smith that the event was ridiculous. An argument broke out, and they decided to go their own ways, to think about their marriage. During that time, Will wrote a letter to Tupac, who Jada had a long and complicated relationship with. More specifically, during this time, Will Smith also used hallucinogenic drugs, like ayahuasca, 14 different times. This experience helped Smith see things more clearly, and he decided to go back home to fix things with his wife. In 2012, Will Smith returned to the big screen, releasing Men in Black 3, because he was taking up his role in a long-running movie series. People expected that the movie would do well at the box office, and it did. The movie made $654 million worldwide, with a budget of only $215 million. Even more impressive was the amount of money Smith was paid for the role, which was $100 million. This was the second highest paid role ever. After this big win, people thought that Smith would keep having the success he had in the 2000s. However, his next project would be a big failure in his whole career. In 2013, he took part in a project for an action movie set in a post-apocalyptic world called After Earth. The movie got a rating of 12% on Rotten Tomatoes and got 33 points on Metacritic, making it the worst-rated movie ever that Smith has been in. His goal was to boost his son's movie career, Jaden Smith, because the movie focused on Jaden, but ironically, it ended up killing his movie career. To be fair, Jaden just didn't have what it took to make the movie work. But the terrible script was also a big part of the failure. According to reports, this movie caused the movie studio to lose almost $30 million. But even more painful than the movie's failure was the criticism from the public, especially for Jaden. Problems also started happening in the Smith family. At the end of 2015, the movie Focus came out. Will Smith starred in it with actress Margot Robbie. He plays a con man who is teaching a young female con artist. As they were getting ready to film, photos of Smith and Margot Robbie in a photo booth were leaked. Star magazine posted the photos online and said that Will Smith was cheating on his wife. However, Margot denied the claims. Even so, the rumors started again when people noticed how similar the two people acted during their press interviews. Even so, they both didn't say anything about it. In the summer of that year, Jada went to a festival in London to show her support for Jaden and Willow. Because both of them were performing there, she met August Alsina, a rapper and friend of Jaden. At that time, August was 22 and Jada was 43. Even with the big age gap, they got along very well. August's family was struggling with addiction issues and other health problems, and Jada was trying to help him get through that. At this time, things in the Will Smith family were not going well, and news reports said that Will and Jada were on the edge of breaking up. The talk about divorce got so bad that Will Smith had to post messages on Facebook saying that it wasn't true. Things got even worse in 2016. They decided to take a break from their marriage. No one knows exactly why, but one thing was clear. The separation was the start of Jada's relationship with August. He started spending more time with Jada, so much so that they went on a private trip to Hawaii together. That was the time when their relationship grew from close friends to lovers. If you compare it, then it would be a very hard pill for Will Smith to swallow. But things got even worse for him. 2 weeks before starting a new movie, Smith got an urgent phone call about his father. He was told that his father had been diagnosed with cancer and only had 6 weeks to live. His relationship with his father was also complicated. His father was a violent man. When Smith was 19, he had seen his father punch his mother, making her fall down and bleed. This event left a big scar, and ever since then, he always felt like a coward for not standing up to his father. At that time, finally, William Smith passed away on November 7, 2016. Facing this, even though Smith seemed very brave, this was a very painful time in his life. Plus, the problems in his marriage and personal life were getting worse. His movie career after Earth didn't get better either. He starred in big-budget movies, like Bright and Gemini Man, but all of them were not successful, either financially or critically. Projects like Suicide Squad or Aladdin lacked the originality and special quality of his earlier movies. Of course, we're not talking about the money he made in those movies, but for a person who used to be considered a top actor in Hollywood, there was clearly a decline. And finally, there was Will Smith's shocking behavior at the 94th Academy Awards Oscars in 2022. Specifically, Jada has alopecia, a hair loss condition, and she decided to shave her head. At the ceremony, Chris Rock made a rude joke about how he was looking forward to seeing G.I. Jane 2 because Jada looked like the character G.I. Jane. At first, we can see Will Smith laughing along because maybe he didn't understand, but only after seeing Jada's reaction. Did he walk straight to the stage and slap Chris in the face? Then calmly, he walked back to his seat and warned Chris not to talk about his wife again. We also have to give credit to Chris Rock for his professionalism because he stayed calm and kept the show going. Will also won an Oscar for Best Actor for his role as Richard Williams in the movie King Richard. He shed tears as if he was trying to justify his actions, saying he was protecting his family. According to one of the show's producers, police were ready to arrest Smith after the attack, but Chris said he didn't want to press charges. In the days after the incident, Smith publicly apologized to Chris Rock on his Instagram, and he was banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Will disappeared from social media for a while. He came back with an apology video. Regardless, Smith's image was badly damaged and people didn't see him the same way anymore. He lost thousands of followers on social media, and movie studios were also hesitant to work with him. Even though he is still a big name in the arts world, his reputation has really taken a hit. And if you know about Will Smith from this video, you will definitely be even more surprised about the fake glamour of the Instagram king, Don Bilzerian, or the meme king Shopee. If you're curious, click on this video to watch it now.